Hey what's up guys, it's your Dadscap, welcome to Market Pulse, your weekly recap into the CS2 economy. Not a lot to mention in terms of player count numbers this week remained mostly stable. What did not remain stable however was the market cap, who was suddenly jolted out of its weeks long slump, climbing over 4% in a single week. And you're gonna be surprised to see which items actually benefited from this jump. Liquids are up 6.16%, got down, lows are up 5.15%, holy moly. Mids went up 4.18%, slightly underperforming the broader market, and high tiers basically choked at this golden opportunity, only going up by 1.21%. Rip and pieces, bozos. Surprisingly, knives and gloves remain basically flat, with knives even having lost a little bit of their value, which seems to indicate that play skins and other types of items like stickers, oh and by the way remind me to add a sticker section in future recaps, have gained the most out of this sudden spike. Good week for extra cosmetics, who both outperformed the broader market, with charms standing out with a gain of over 10%, sheesh. And finally for the cases index, not a lot to mention about them either, except for the fact that 2020 to 2022 cases underperformed quite significantly, but honestly that's generally expected considering all active cases fall into that category. The market poll this week is buzzing bing bing, shee. Yeah, that's nice to see. Now, last week I said that the market seemed to have reached a floor and that a bounce back could be likely, but I definitely did not expect it to happen like so quick and so steeply. It's so surprising. In fact, I'm personally like a little wary of like where this is going, though I'm probably just being a pussy. Just keep in mind that sudden price movements like that is not likely to be stable. It's usually driven by a small group of people going on an uncoordinated spending spree, so no, not market manipulation. However, the next few days will tell us whether or not this is the beginning of a new rally or if it's actually just a dead cat bounce. Now, we don't have time to explore this concept in this video, but if you're interested, I suggest that you pause and read. Otherwise, let's move on. Welcome to Case Crackdown, where we break down the happenings in the case market over the past week, and this week, 7.3 million cases were opened, a modest recovery of just about 400k compared to last week, of which 50% were active cases, 34% purchasable, and 15% rare and discontinued. The number one purchasable case was the Fever case, with 2 million cases almost on the dot being opened. I won't claim that these are the first signs of raw disinterest in the Fever case showing themselves for the first time. I've already made that mistake before, but all I'll say is that this is the first time that this case almost crosses below the 2 million cases open mark in its history. The top active case was the Revolution case, reclaiming the top spot from the Dreams and Nightmares case, despite its total weekly unboxing numbers being quote-unquote down 0.24% compared to last week. The number one rare case was the Snakebite case, yet again with 142,000 unboxings this week, a significant decrease from its 160,000 openings we saw last week. The most liquid case was the Fracture case, my goat, hell yeah, with market listings surging to 457,000 and a 3.33% increase in unboxing compared to 7 days ago. I'm still holding on to the hope that this case will finally only cost 3 cents by the time Christmas rolls around. Pray with me. The case with the most potential was the Chroma 2 case. Interestingly, it's seen a very recent increase in price, specifically 7% over the last 7 days, which is usually not a good sign, but it also seems to be supported by a longer lasting uptrend, judging by its 6.55% price increase over the last 30 days. However, the Kilowatt case has been going through a bit of a crash out, losing 12% of its value over the last 30 days, a downtrend that doesn't seem to be slowing down, with a 13 cents loss to show this week alone. Thankfully, this isn't really a case meant for investing purposes, so I doubt many will cry over this recent development. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that goofy bell to never miss another market recap in the future. Welcome to winners and losers, starting off with the winning cases, which pretty much all grew by about 7%. Among the contenders, we find the Huntsman case, same as last week, in third, followed by the Vanguard case, which we don't see very often, and obviously at the top, the Chroma 2 case. As for the losers, interestingly, we find a recurring cast of characters, the Shadow case and its sussy looking daggers, the Gallery case perpetually overshadowed by the Fever case, playing the role of the little bro even though it's older, and the Kilowatt case, which simply isn't a great case and demand for it is dwindling. Please try not to have a heart attack looking at the... Oh yeah, oh, this is jarring. Now keep in mind that most play skins actually went up this week, and by most, I mean every single one of them by the way, but the M4A4 Buzzkill is definitely the standout of the week, with both its minimal wear and field tested conditions going up in price by almost 200%. However, what is it about the Buzzkill's design that suddenly made it jump up in price so much across multiple variations? Pfft, no idea. And the losers, quote unquote, this week were basically non-existent. Literally everything was in the green as I just mentioned, with the worst performer being the Up Green Energy field tested, only gaining 2% this week. All of these skins are from the actively dropped collections in game, so they're already primed to appear in losers every single week, showing that the recent spike wasn't concentrated on a few select items that were already going up, but was indeed a market-wide event. In winning knife, there is not a lot to mention apart from the fact that the classic knife suddenly gained 26% out of nowhere. Maybe people felt nostalgic, I don't know. As for the other two, these seem to be pretty illiquid knives, so them going up in price is likely only due to randomness. The same goes for the losers. Tiger Tooth and Marble Fading knives can only be in factory new or minimal wear conditions, and there's only like a 1% chance of getting it like minimal wear, so again, and considering the knives index that we saw in Market Pulse remain pretty much flat this week, these losers are probably just outliers because of their low volume. Moving on to gloves, something interesting seems to have happened. These are all first gen gloves, meaning that they can only be found in the ultra rare, ultra expensive glove and Hydra cases. They're all field tested and they all grew by around 30%. My theory is that there seems to have been a coordinated effort to start buying up gloves with an already choked supply, maybe for the purpose of inducing a supply shock, I don't know. But since they're already so goddamn expensive, they decided to be cheap and went after the field tested supply instead of factory new. Meanwhile, for the loser gloves, they were pretty much all factory new, and while losses remain pretty moderate, it may be an indication that factory new gloves, on average, still remain overvalued despite the month-long downtrend. Welcome to ROI Radar, where we're looking for a manipulator hidden in the armory or the in-game store. Starting off with the Austin 2025 Legends capsule with an odds profit of 11%, unboxing ROI of 117%, and an expected value of 29 cents, so a 4 cents gain. The best of them is the Team Liquid Holo at $24.79. Next up is the Austin 2025 Challengers capsule with an odds profit of 27%, unboxing ROI of 181%, what the hell? And an expected value of 45 cents, so a 20 cents gain. The best item is the Falcons Gold at $42.20. And finally, the best capsule in the in-game store was the Austin 2025 Contenders capsule with an odds profit of 27%, an unboxing ROI of 280%, wow! And an expected value of 70 cents, or a 45 cents gain, what the? The best item was the Complexity Gaming Gold at $104, whoa, no shit, they went bankrupt. Moving on to the armory, the third best collection was the Sport and Field collection with an odds profit of 5%, unboxing ROI of 99%, and an expected value of $1.58, so a 2 cents loss. The best item was the M41S Fade at $653. Next up was the Elemental Craft Stickers collection with an odds profit of 15%, an unboxing ROI of 105%, and an expected value of 42 cents, so a 2 cents gain. The best item was the Ruby Wave at $12.63. And finally, the best collection in the armory were the Missing Link charms with an odds profit of 15%, an unboxing ROI of 108%, and an expected value of $1.29, so a 9 cents gain! The best item is the Hot Howl at $63.83. Thank you guys for watching, I'll see you guys very soon. Peace!